Hi, everybody. Welcome to Ladies Power Lunch. Thank you for joining us for Free Gift Friday. Today, we have a very special guest. All our guests are super special, but I love Manda so much. She is a very, very dear friend, really, really heart-centered person, and I'm really happy to share her with all of you. Manda, welcome. I'm looking forward to hearing all about all the things that you're doing. But before we get started with that, I'd love to have a little brief introduction of everybody who's happened to join us here in the room. We have Marianne and Carlene and Stacy. So I'm just going to go around and invite you to share who are you, what do you do, and perhaps where you're calling in from. Marianne, you want to start?
Sure, I'd be happy to. I'm Marianne Pack. I have mariannepack.com. I'm a spiritual medium and oracle for my spirit guides, the many, and I offer readings and to answer questions that people might have. I'm a podcaster. I have the Dynamic Thriving podcast and soon to be the coaching directory.
Yep, soon to be the coaching director for the Ladies Power Lunch coaching directory that we are doing in conjunction with Marianne. So looking forward to that. And we talked about that a little bit earlier today on Ladies Power Lunch coffee break as one of the new features that we're going to be adding into Ladies Power Lunch just to give you more value to your membership. So that'll be something to look forward to. If you missed it, I say go catch the replay. It's worth it. Hi, Carlene. Welcome. Thanks so much for joining. Can you share with everybody who you are and what it is that you do?
Okay, I am Carlene, and I'm coming to you from our local library here because it has better internet. And I'm a connector and educator with a couple of tools to help enhance our lives. I work with send out cards. It's a powerful, tangible reach out and send your own cards, postcards with pictures and photos and your own messages. And I also very passionate about health and wellness. And I'm on a Nican Wellness team with Julie Clark, and we help people have more energy and help their body function better around what they're already doing.
Beautiful. Love that. Thank you, Carlene. Welcome. Hi again, Stacy. Welcome back. Good to see you. So glad that you're joining us twice in one day. I'm so blessed to see you. Can you just share with everybody who's joining us today who you are, what you do, and where you're calling in from?
Absolutely. So I'm excited to be here again. I am in Connecticut, and I have been a portrait and wedding photographer for 20 years, and I'm transitioning into travel, lifestyle, and tourism photography.
Awesome. Beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing. And my invitation is still open to you to go in the group and just post about what you do so that we can get to know you a little bit better. That's wonderful. I want to say also welcome to everybody who's joined us over in our Ladies Power Lunch Facebook group. Here's the thing about Free Gift Friday. The only way I can enter you to win our delightful prizes is if I know that you're in the group. So the only way I can know is if you post a little comment. Just say hi. You know, as long as you identify that you're here, then I can put you in the drawing and you can be our outstanding winner for the day. So everybody who's joined us, thank you so much. And just drop a little comment to let us know. Awesome. Now for the moment we have all been waiting for. I want to welcome my ladies. You don't understand when I tell you how much I love Manda. She is amazing. I want to welcome my dear friend Manda. Thank you so much for joining us today.
My true honor. Thanks for having me.
So, Manda, can you share with everybody why I love you so much and what it is that you do?
Well, hi, everybody. My name's Manda. I'm coming to you from Wisconsin, where it's a beautiful day. We cherish our summer weather here. I am an intuitive coach, and I have the gift of hearing deeply as I meet with people, hearing the words, feeling the energy, hearing between and underneath the words, what the truth is that is bubbling up and coming through. I often meet with clients who are at some sort of crossroads in their lives, like going through a job transition, career shift, questions about relationship, relocating. And what I do is I'm a professional intuitive, but it's not me giving information. It's more me helping my clients to hear, trust, and act on their own intuitive wisdom.
That's beautiful. That's so great. I am wondering, who is the person who benefits the most from coming to see you as a coach? I know you say you're helping people in transition, but we like to talk about our ideal client. Who is your ideal client?
Yeah, she, usually a woman, someone who is at I use the word crossroads because we've all been there before, where there is a question in our heart, or maybe this, in the back of our minds, like, I really need to do something about, for example, not being happy in the career and wanting to make a shift, having some idea what that might look like, but not really a clear vision, like how to get from A to B and how to make that happen. So my gift is in our space together to really lay the groundwork and help take the next right action.
So when people come to you and they're in this phase of transition, what's the number one thing that you help them to shift?
Great question. It has to do with trust. Trust is huge, isn't it, for all of us? And trust in yourself, trust in, if you're a believer, trust in what's beyond yourself, trust in the divine, trust in the universe, that you are held, you are guided, that you're not spinning out there all by yourself and having to figure it all out on your own, that there is a trust you can lean into, especially in those times when you feel unmoored or untethered, like where is, what am I going to be doing next? And that can be a really, really vulnerable, scary time. As I know personally, I went through a job transition, a career transition a couple of years ago. I had been a pastor in a church for 23 years and loved it, loved the community, loved the helping others and being a part of a community like that. And yet, after a while, I started feeling this inner pull to something different. And it took me a long time to get clear on what that was, and in changing the role, changing what I was known for. And so a lot of times for anyone who's going into something new, you're bumping up against other people's expectations or what they want from you, as well as your own internalized sense of who you are. And so that, again, it can be a really vulnerable, but also a really potent time of transition.
It's interesting that you talk about that fear. Like, what is it, Manda, that prevents us from trusting? What is the holdup?
What is the holdup?
Let's just trust.
Right. Oh my gosh, totally. And how many of us have learned that over and over again? And yet we're, when we're feeling disquiet or unease, we fall back into those old patterns of wanting to hang on or needing reassurance. And why can't we just trust? And the fear is a big one. And I think a lot of times it also has to do with patterns that we have learned from growing up, messages that we got on how, what we needed to be, what role we needed to play in our family, that we continue to act out either consciously or unconsciously. And that can be like a screen or a filter that we see all of life through. Like, if I make this change, in the back of our minds, we think I'm going to disappoint my family, even though we're an adult, we're, living our own sovereign lives, but that can still be a really strong pull for us, those old messages and patterns. And not that they weren't helpful and valid and got us through, but, trusting in the greater goodness of life is a key to releasing and moving forward.
I'm curious because I think a lot of us might even be unaware that we have these filters through which we are viewing the world, how can we become a little bit more aware? Because nothing changes until we know, right?
Yeah.
What's the secret sauce to becoming more aware of what's going on with us?
Yeah. For me, and for my clients, I'm seeing it is getting out of our heads, getting out of our own spinning thoughts. And for me personally, what that has meant is working with other mentors and coaches who helped me see those patterns more clearly. And yeah, I would not be where I am today without having worked with some coaches who were able to hold space for me in a loving and compassionate way so that I could bump up against those old patterns and see them. And once you see them and are aware of them, it becomes so much easier to move ahead and to release them. And you can even be a little playful about it. Like you can say, oh, there's my 7-year-old again, that's showing up, that has this fear, and that can kind of help keep things more lighthearted and not so heavy.
I love that you remind us that we do have the support of the collective and that there is always an opportunity to have really strong mentors to support us. I am known for saying that I always have a coach, and it's like a joke, but it's really not a joke. It's really, really very serious, because one of our dear friends likes to say, you can't see the label when you're inside the bottle. And I often will say, you can't see the picture when you're standing in the frame. It's really not that easy to see ourselves, but with really good mentorship and really good coaching, we can really get through some of the things that hold us back, that we might not even be aware of, that might be the blocks preventing us from, my big thing, achieving our income goals and our impact goals. So tell me, I love to drill right down to the basics. What are some of the do's and the don'ts that you have for us when it comes to paying attention and getting past the fear and living the life that we dream of?
Ah, yes. I think, I'm not quite sure who said this, but I have a little Post-it note. I have it somewhere around here, usually where I can see it. And it says, fear is safe. Like sometimes what you're fearing is not even necessarily so. It's more all up in your mind. It's a story you've built up. And sometimes fear can be so paralyzing that it just overrides everything. And so one of my tips to do is to recognize that fear is an emotion and it won't kill you. It may be uncomfortable for a time, but and there are different types of fears. There's the type of fear where it's leading, where you know that you're being called into something greater and more expanded than you're currently living. And that can be a good kind of fear. That can be like a mixture of fear and excitement. Like if you're invited to give a presentation and you have a bit of fear of public speaking, right? Some people let that fear stop them, and they will.
I've heard of people who have fear of public speaking.
Yeah, Davia is one of the rare birds who does not. Can some of that rub off on the rest of us? But yeah, but you know that once you do make your presentation, that you've reached a different level. Like you're now, you're able to do this. You're able to be seen as a leader, as a guide. And as you present and as you teach, you learn. So that's an example of a healthy fear, that you don't want to let that stop you.
Awesome. And what are some of the things that we can really focus on, just avoiding, like staying away from bad influences? What are some of the things that we can really just avoid?
Oh, that's fantastic question again. Things that make you feel anxious and afraid and worried. Doom scrolling, you've heard of that, scrolling through Facebook, scrolling through the news feeds. To a point, it's good to be aware of what's going on in the community and in the world. But there's a point where it can become like energetically, it can like just weigh us down. And not that we're not compassionate and caring and wanting to be of service and help, but I've seen too many people cross the line and get like obsessively worried, and we don't need that. We need to maintain our own centeredness and groundedness. So if you catch yourself kind of going down that rabbit hole, it's good to get outside and do something that expands your energy rather than contracts it.
What are some of the things that you would suggest that we can do to expand our energy?
Oh, yes. Well, nature is number one at the top of my list. I don't know about the rest of you. Yeah. Getting outside, smelling the fresh air, gardening. Nature has such a beautiful healing energy to it that helps reset our own energy. Putting our bare feet on the grass can be a beautiful thing. And, and what that does is it discharges some of the stress and energy from our body. And Mother Earth is so big and so amazing, she can take whatever we're releasing into her. Walking, mini workouts, especially outside, exercise, moving our body, getting the blood flowing. Absolutely.
I love the idea of exercise to definitely improve moods. I definitely have seen that there's something different, something special about nature and its healing properties. So I will absolutely concur that that's something that I would recommend to just about anybody on a day when maybe not the best, go for a walk. I find that's always super helpful. Do you have any resources or tips or tricks or podcasts or books or anything that you think that if we plugged into that, we could really get some good information?
Well, I would share that one of the free resources on my website is an intuitive decision-making guide. A lot of my clients come to me when they're in some sort of decision process. And so I put together 7 techniques, different techniques that you can try and play with that help you tap into your own inner wisdom when you're facing a decision. And that you can find that and get it for free on my website, which is mydivineintuition.com/guide. And I would invite you to use those tools. And they involve things like a special type of writing that taps into your heart rather than your mind.
And your website is mydivineintuition.com.
Correct.
Outstanding. So today you're here for Free Gift Friday. I know you have a wonderful gift that you're giving away to a very lucky member of our audience today. Can you tell us a little bit more about the gift that you are offering, and just tell us a little bit about how you use it in your practice to help your clients?
Yes, today I'm so excited to give away my Heart and Soul Strategy session. So it's an hour with me on Zoom virtually, where we tap in together to what it is that you are inviting into your life, into your work, into your relationships. And so many people don't have the opportunity to really be heard, to be listened to. I know that so many of us go about our days and it's more on the surface, like communication is more about, what we need to do, what we're planning, But to have that opportunity to be face to face with someone for an hour in really deep, safe listening in a space like that is a rare treasure. And it's one of my gifts to be able to hold that space for people. So the Heart and Soul Strategy session is a chance for my client to get out of their head and really tune in. What does my heart want? What's my soul calling me toward? Because that's where the juiciness really is, right? We can put all the mental plans in place and make checklists and all of that. But if we're not really tapping into that beautiful energy that is available to us, that higher self energy, then a lot of what we do can be busy work. So I'm excited to give this Heart and Soul Strategy session away to someone today.
And generally, this is something that you offer as part of some of the programs that you offer in your practice, how do your clients generally make use of these sessions, and how have you seen them benefit?
Yeah, well, they often get, they always get some sort of aha, absolutely. And sometimes I find that the energy shifts for them.
Mm,
Like one of my clients came to me and she had been working in a particular area of her business, but it felt like it was getting a bit stale. And for a whole year, she had been dreaming about moving in, like shifting into this other aspect of business for herself, but she was scared. There was that fear. She was scared about what that would mean for finances, for her, you know, who she was seen as. And she wanted to do this. And so in that session, she had some shifts happen energetically as well. And the very next day after that call, she was contacted by someone who was a pretty well-known podcaster and invited her to come on their show and specifically talk about this new aspect of business that she was wanting to break into. And it was almost like one of those mysterious miracle things, because she hadn't even like put it out there that she wanted to, you know, do this. But here there was this huge invitation that just landed on in her lap. So those types of things can happen when we raise our vibration, when we shift our energy to be more aligned with who we really are and what we want and what the divine wants for us. That opens the doors and that shifts oftentimes the world around us to help move us toward that.
that is so, so interesting. And I have to, big disclosure here, I have a heart and soul strategy session with Manda almost every week, right? Yeah, because it's that important. It's that important to shift your energy and to be heard. And we had our session yesterday, and believe me, I left our session feeling so much better about the project that I was working on at the time, so much better than I did going in. And I was able to even have some additional conversations later in the day to move things forward. So sometimes when we come upon these blocks, it's not necessary for us to try to push through all by ourselves. Sometimes it's okay to ask for help and welcome in that support. I am really looking forward to seeing who is going to be the very fortunate winner of our Free Gift Friday giveaway today. But of course, everybody is a winner. And so, what else do you have going on? What new programs or offerings do you have that if other people wanted to reach out and be a part of your community, what could they take part in? What opportunities are there for that?
Yes. All right. So I am restarting up what I call Spirit Circle. It's a monthly gathering, a group call, and it happens on the second and third Monday of every month at 4 p.m. Central Time. And that is a chance to, at a lower, at $65 or $64, you get to be part of the group, be in a safe space of discerning, you know, what's going on in your life, and have some clarity. So I would love to invite anyone who would like more information about that. Check it out on my website, and registration is open now for the July one, July 12th and 19th. And again, my website is mydivineintuition.com.
Beautiful. Spirit Circle, I also absolutely recommend. So, ladies, it's the moment of truth, the moment we've all been waiting for to see who's going to be our big winner for today. And I've taken the opportunity to keep track of everybody who's been joining us over on our Ladies Power Lunch Facebook group, plus all the ladies here with us in the Zoom. I've entered us into this auspicious drawing today. So, Manda, you get to choose who our winner will be. I invite you to choose a number between 1 and 20.
14.
Okay, let's see. Okay, let's try this again. You said 14?
I did.
And our winner today is Stacy Marquette.
Stacy,
And
congratulations.
there
Yay.
are no
There you are.
accidents. There are no accidents because Stacy is a brand new member of our Ladies Power Lunch group,
Oh my
and
God.
she is joining us for, I think, the second call today. So it's just a beautiful thing that you are winning today, and I really see how you will benefit as somebody who's taken great advantage of Manda and her gifts that she has to offer to the world. I'm really, really excited, Stacy, that you're going to get a chance to connect with my dear friend. So anybody have any questions or concerns for Manda? Now is a great time to just anything that popped for you while she was talking, any comments, any questions. Now is a great time to pose those.
I just want to say I have also experienced Manda's sessions. I've been in her spirit circle. You're going to love, love, love it. I've been in an energy clearing session with her. I use her her decision making guide. So I highly recommend you all booking a session or 2 or 5 with Manda.
Awesome.
Thank you,
Awesome.
Marianne.
Mhm.
Carlene, anything that popped for you while we were having our little discussion earlier? There you go.
I just found it very interesting
Beautiful,
to like
beautiful.
realign
Yes.
to the
And
universal energy.
I feel like it's time. I was just talking to a patient about this morning that, things are shifting again. A
Mhm.
lot of things are opening up, and it's really a great time. These are the kinds of conversations I'm having with my patients. It's really a good time for us to realign our energy. It's like the perfect time. We've just come through spring. We're heading into summer. It's really a great time to focus on what is our energy, what energy are we bringing to the projects that we're working on, what energy are we bringing to our businesses, and what energy are we bringing to increasing our impact and increasing our income. What's the energy that's associated with that? And if there's anybody that can help us to really align with that, I would say Manda. Because yes, I've also taken advantage of the energy clearing. Totally, totally recommend that for sure. All right, everybody, thank you so much for joining. I do try to keep these evergreen, but I do also want to take a moment to say, have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. It's the holiday weekend. Happy Independence Day, American Independence Day to everybody. I invite you to enjoy it. Enjoy it. If it's not fun, it's not going to be that great. But if you just take some time to really focus on enjoying the moments that we have, I think that the whole world will be so much of a better place. Congratulations, Stacy. Thanks for joining us on Ladies Power Lunch, and thank you for participating, because without participation, it's just Power Lunch. There are no ladies. Have a great weekend, everybody. Talk to you on the next show. Bye.